Says here, Blake bit.
Let's hit the Blake bit right now. We'll hit some beats later.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now...
You are listening to subscriber-only content.
With Blake.
Blake Basketball Jones.
Thank you, Beth.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you. So I had a gummy thought a couple months ago that I felt like I was turning into a guy that wants to establish the run.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be complaining about neighbors and their walking habits around my neighborhood or just how kids should act these days.
Who can play what sport?
Sure. But it just felt like a guy that maybe said, if we need a yard, why not give it to the fullback?
Yeah.
And so I thought I was hitting my establish the run phase. And over the last few months, I realized I am.
Yeah.
So I thought we needed a segment. And I'm calling it the handoff. The handoff.
Did your own voice?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, why would he not?
And so this is where I will begin. I will just, I've got a few things written down here where things have been bugging me lately. And I've heard some...
So is this kind of things I'm done with?
No, this is the handoff.
No, this is the handoff.
Okay.
And if subbies want to participate, email us at thedumbzone@gmail.com.
But these are things that bother you.
These are things that bother me as Establish the Run guy.
Yeah.
Like they might not have bothered you
They might not bother anyone else.
10 years ago, 15 years ago.
I think the people in my camp right now will understand.
Okay.
And so these are not, just wide observations. These are things that have happened to me in the last couple months that I would like to complain about. And the first is I bought an HP printer. And no longer can you just buy HP ink. You need a subscription.
What?
You need a subscription to HP ink.
Oh my God.
So I got suckered in. I thought, well, I bought this $100 printer. I got to play by their rules. And it says, prices as low as $150 a month. But
$150?
That's like 2 cartridges.
No, $1.50.
Oh.
So I thought, I don't know, what, $20-25? Sure, whatever. So basically, they charge you by how much you print. And so for my range, I needed about 100 pages a month because it's like 10 to 50 to 100.
Actually, now this seems genius, actually.
But that's $7 a month for 100 pages.
That's probably about right. I mean, a cartridge is like $70.
Not the ones that I was using. And so it hit a couple of months where I hit my over, and I was paying like $11 or $12 per month for ink. And I thought, I don't want to do this anymore.
Can I ask a really dumb question?
Sure.
How do the ink is physically there. You go buy the actual cartridge, right?
That's a great question, Jake.
So what are they going to throttle it on you?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I saw my charges for my credit card. I saw HP ink, $12. I'm like, okay, at this rate, this is not worth it. Let me just go back to just buying physical ink once or twice a year, and I won't have to be shackled by paying per page, which was insane to me. So I canceled. F you, HP. I'm going to go off the grid. They locked up my printer ink.
Oh, what?
What does that mean?
Apparently, they know which ink cartridge they've sent you, and so I could not print with that ink anymore. So I thought, you know what? I can outsmart them because I recycle my ink cartridges, and I tore off their little QR code and was going to slip it on the new ink, and they still knew. Yeah. Somehow.
It's like a gun.
So with all of this, you've probably lost quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Because you went and bought a new cartridge to use. But
again, are you not still a little bit confused, Dan? Are you saying that the printer now comes with a stock of print in it, and it just goes on forever as you pay for it? Like, don't you still have to physically replace that cartridge at some point? Or they probably mail it to you.
They can monitor your levels.
Okay.
And so when you get low, they'll ship you a new one, which is a part of the package. But ultimately, it ended up being more expensive had I just gotten the cartridges on its own.
God.
So I ripped that damn thing out of the wall, pitched it on my porch, and I'm done with HP.
The whole thing. Now you've thrown away the computer or the printer, even though it works. It's a working printer.
It's about principles, Dan.
Yeah. I've told you guys
I'm
the
not going to
story
be held down by HP anymore.
once upon a time, but my very country side of the family, my grandfather lives out on a farm. My mom and a lot of her siblings, not all, but most of my mom's siblings got together and bought him a huge TV. This is like probably 1997, so that he could watch NASCAR. But even though NASCAR's not on cable, because of where they lived, he had to watch it on satellite to get the real effect of the big TV, right? So they had a satellite dish set up. He canceled that service about 2 months later, and for at least the next 10 years, there was like a 65-inch TV there that never turned on. They literally had it for like 2 months, and he's like, I got crossways with the company. So
Respect.
probably like a $7,000 TV in
At the time.
1997.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect.
Principle.
All right, so that's my first one. HP. Screw you.
Oh.
I like a hit it and quit it Blake bit.
The handoff.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Oh, there's more. Okay, that's not typically how that would go, but sure, I like it.
I got a couple here.
Now he's saying that's his first one today.
Today.
Yeah. I got a couple. These
But
build up.
Okay, but the open
Okay.
again. Anyways, who am I
It's
to
a
criticize?
reset.
I'm not
This
the
is the
chef.
handoff.
I'm here to eat.
We all know where I heard this, but I had issue with what was being said right here. I would like to play it for you. You're going to discover why this upset me pretty early.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Are trampolines safe? No. In fact, more than
Gay.
a decade ago, the American Academy of Pediatrics issued a policy statement strongly recommending that kids and teens do not use recreational trampolines. Some of these injuries are serious, head and neck injuries, or even damage to internal organs. Now, if you are going to let your kids hop up on a trampoline, they're going to be safest if they are jumping by themselves. And if they forego any fancy
Boring.
tricks as well, like flips or somersaults.
Oh,
You also want to inspect the trampoline to make sure there's not any holes, that the pads aren't worn out, that there's no hooks or springs sticking out, and that there's netting all around.
Hey, cut it with the tricks, okay?
yeah. Hey, a
Tricks
little
are
fancy
dangerous.
over there.
And make sure the
What are you
net's up,
doing?
too.
Just
Little
sit.
fancy.
Sit.
Play break the egg.
Just sit on it.
So we're not allowing our kids to jump on trampolines anymore?
Let me tell you something. This is why she lost. Wind it back 8 years. This is why Hillary Clinton lost an election. People like Sanjay Gupta. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, they're first of all, not all, but most people on a trampoline now have the border around it.
Yeah.
So
is fine.
It's fine. Yeah. I mean, it seems it doesn't cut down on fun much, and it increases safety. But beyond that, like, I'm missing the heck out of our trampoline right now. It's a great time. It's good exercise.
So they want
It's
you
good
to
for coordination.
first, don't jump on the trampoline. But if you're going to, jump by yourself with a net and have it inspected before you get on.
And just
Are you
jump
kidding
straight
me?
up and down.
Yeah.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Stay away from the
Hey,
edges.
you know
could
what I
fall
think
through.
would really help society? If kids just exclusively went and did solo jumps on a trampoline and only jumped up and down.
Dude, we were putting our
That's the most
trampoline by the
communist thing I've
pool,
ever heard. Of
jumping
course.
into the pool. We were shoving our friends off trampolines. We're playing tackle man with the football on a trampoline.
Listen, if you could get a trampoline in between a house and a pool, and you could get on top of that house, and you could jump from roof to pool, or the trampoline to pool, you're living. But this nerd's over here,
Yeah. I could not believe that.
he's a dork.
Yeah. Shut up, Sanjay.
He's always been like the Indian Obama to me. Like, yes, he's super brilliant.
handoff.
He's probably right. He's healthy. But also, it's just like, come on, quit being a dweeb.
And my final one for today.
Like, Sanjay Gupta definitely has rubber weights in his house. Like, you know, the little rubber purple 8-pounders that you just do?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with those,
Yeah.
but come on.
So I had to take my dad to the outlet mall. He is the one that has to return stuff for the wife. He had a couple packages, wasn't going to be there long, but it was on the way back home from softball. So I dropped him off, and I was going to circle around.
Wait, your dad comes with you to softball?
We're on the same team.
Okay.
That's why I play out there.
Okay. How's his ops?
It's better.
Where are they playing him?
First.
Okay. You think he's holding up his end of the deal over
I
there?
think he's doing great.
Okay.
I think he's doing great.
All right. We're 1-3, so I feel like looking at everything is.
Did the nut fall far? I mean, does he got some pop?
He's lost a little bit, but he in his day
He can go deep,
No, not anymore.
but he could.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so drop him off, and I start circling, and I've got an issue with how people walk out of stores of an outlet mall. I'm in a multi-ton vehicle. Why don't you look both ways before you cross? Why not don't just assume that people are just going to stop for you?
Yeah,
the world doesn't revolve around you. I could run you over.
Man,
respect my car.
There's something to this, and I give you a pass if you have kids, although it's annoying, but man, the number of people that will walk just down the middle of a parking lane in a department store or the grocery store it's astounding to me. You're like, how close can I get to them before they realize there's a, as Blake said, a very lethal vehicle right behind you? Just move, park it up, walk over.
I feel like this is a case where Blake would then, if somebody was doing that, walking in the middle of the lane, and you might be talking about people just leaving the store, walking right out. But I bet you would drive a little extra close to them.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen someday is they will not be paying attention. You'll run over their foot or something and break their foot, and then you're going to run out and go, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't. It was my fault.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to be like, that's cool. Why don't you talk to the Frankels?
That's right.
And they'll just hold you a phone. They're like, oh, you have tricks? They know them.
That's right.
Yeah, I do have an issue with the people walking in the middle. Your angle needs to be a little bit better. But in driving around, someone would just walk out of the exit and just, you got to yield to me.
I'm a
so they would just walk straight out.
I'm a big peace sign guy. Like when I'm leaving, yeah, he knows. When I'm leaving the store, if there's a car coming and I'm about to go, I just kind of give him the
yeah,
thanks.
Oh, okay. I never do the peace sign, but I do the head nod.
Yeah, thanks. What's up?
Yeah, just give him a little.
I never just dart.
If you're doing
out.
the peace sign, you got to go tongue in the middle.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm leaving this grocery store and I will eat you out.
Right. That's the message.
And
you
make sure that everyone is on the same page.
Well, there's the first edition of the handoff.
Wow, dude. Call the sponsors. That is SOC right there.